Heyo everyone, this is the HappyAnimaidCafeManager here with another walkthrough episode for the game Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Anyway, Witness's account part 2. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? I'm waiting. So, what did she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person. A different person? She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear. Yes, that is true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else? Then perhaps the body was not Dr. Gray's at all. Well, I reckon that's possible. If the body inside that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the challenge, or maybe... Ow! Foolish fool spouting foolishness, just as I expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then, that would mean that Maya Fey is in fact dead. And that would make the defendant's share quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Sorry, Maya. Are y'all done here? Can I continue? And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer. That's why I'm getting out of your business. This gal's gotta get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Wow! Mr. Phoenix, Wright. Would it kill you to stay on topic for a change? Well, would it, Mr. Wright? Nice, tag teamed in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1. Anyway, I didn't suffer much penalties at this part. So anyway, I only have less than half my penalty bar, so I gotta play this wisely. But I can still manage to get my foot. But I still manage to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. 2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only one has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where's the other picture you have been withholding? No, you've got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know it could be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself. Then why have you not shown this other picture to this court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? Von Karma! Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence? unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this, you're as bad as your father. I'm going to confront Francisca and pwn her just like I pwned her dad. Your Honor, the defense asked that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of the court. Contempt of court. Well, yes, me in contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? I was so angry I lost my composure. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The picture were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Law is stolen too. Type photograph submitted as evidence by Francisca Von Karma. What is this picture? It's obvious. The second picture the witness took that day of the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. Well, I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now should I or shouldn't I insist that the person in the picture is not Maya? Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in the picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face, her whole body, let's say, taking on a different appearance. There is only one conclusion that could be drawn then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Order! 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 Well, yes, I believe that. You are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, we did it. You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at the Prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling? I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor's room. This is Phoenix's Wright. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant Maya Fey during his visit. Maya Fey? But isn't it a totally different person? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of a channeling spirit. It's unbelievable that she could be. However, it is true. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. I wonder if she knows what she's doing. Mia, taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. That picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there a way I can prove that this person is not Maya Fey? I could prove it. Your Honor, Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see. This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up to now. A contradiction? So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange about this picture to the court? Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? What? There isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should have been there is suddenly missing. Should be there? Ah! There is a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. But Miss Von Karma, you intend to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Alright, this should be good. This should do some major damage to our argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Tis, jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed a bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As if I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth. I know it. That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Francisca Von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that the detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at the next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there is one logical explanation for this contradiction. The shooter is someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person clearly does not. There could be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order! If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Yow! Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness. What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal for a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know. If you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And, well, where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately? All I want to do is cry. Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around. That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix. So, where did this intruder appear from and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left the room somehow? If I could prove that either, well, one of those conditions were true. Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the chamber is... something I can't explain yet. Maya had left the room. A third person had entered it. Your Honor, I would like to present some evidence. That proves that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. Please take a look at this. Okay? I've already seen it. Thank you. And what is the purpose of this item? Don't you see, Your Honor? I don't think you actually see what you are doing. Ugh. I think this is the court that should be sighing at you, Mr. Wright. Ouch. That's done. Think it over again. I think that... start over and try to think about things in a different manner. Well, if I could prove it, that either one of those contradictions were true, Mr. Wright, let's hear what you come up with. A third person. Your Honor, I would like to present some evidence. A third person had entered the room. That there was someone else. Please take a look at this. What's the third person we broke? What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? If I could prove. Maya had left the room. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense could prove this. Oh, and how foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked at after her Aunt Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than the detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, it looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Ah! Well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, this person, the defendant or not, the defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant is not possible. My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't you think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I've never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. June 21st at 1:32 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Whoa! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my Sith? Yes. I felt I had no choice. Oh my God, that is a real mind-boggler for me. I'm getting a headache just thinking about this case. But this is just the beginning. There's so much shit I didn't understand. Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done it. Nick, I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick. Do you think you can take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls. You ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? Tickets? Poor thing. So sheltered. June 21st, 3:24 p.m. Crane Village. Thank you very much for bringing me home, Mr. Nick. You're welcome. I had to come and look into a few things here today anyway. I thought about this a little. If Mystic Maya didn't kill that nice man, she definitely didn't. Yes, of course. But if she didn't, then someone else did, right? That murderer person. Yes, Pearls. Oh, I see. I wonder what's wrong. She seems sad. Does Pearls want a lollipop? Today's trial. So what did you think of seeing your first trial? I was really surprised. I had never seen so many people before. And Mystic Maya looked so small and helpless. Well, Maya's already naturally short, so... And then, that snobby woman with the ruffy clothes? Roughly. Oh, she means Francisca. She had such a bad attitude. She acted like she had already decided that Mystic Maya did it. I am going to tell her what I think of her tomorrow. I wouldn't miss tomorrow's trial for the world. Prosecutors. Why was that woman bullying Mystic Maya? Well, she's the opposite of a lawyer, a prosecutor, so her job is to prove people guilty. They don't care if someone's innocent. All they care about is if they win. That's terrible. But if she's really a good prosecutor with a heart on the inside, right? There's no one like that. All prosecutors are the same. Well, he might have become a good guy eventually. He? Who are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Is it that person Mystic Maya was talking about? Mr. Ed G. Worth? That was a long time ago. He's not around anymore. Huh? He clutched onto his foolish pride too fiercely and died for it. That's too bad. The murderer. By the way, yes, what is it? You wouldn't happen to know anything about who the murderer is, would you? Well, why are you asking me? No, I was just thinking earlier. I didn't see anything. She didn't see anything, huh? Speaking of that, during the murder, where was Pearls and what was she doing? And on top of that, this key. Just when did she pick this up? Pearl's alibi. I just realized that I never asked you what you were doing at the time of the crime. Pearls, where were you and what were you doing when the murder happened? What I was doing? I wasn't doing anything. She's really bad at lying. You can whisper it to me. I won't tell anyone else, I promise. I guess you could see through my lie, huh? Yeah, clearly. But I can't lie to you, can I, Mr. Nick? Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, to be continued, baby.